Most people believe that memorization is the foundation of intelligence. Schools reward it, exams demand it. Society equates remembering facts with being smart. But Avicenna, one of the greatest minds in human history, rejected memorization as a primary method of learning. And paradoxically, this is exactly what made him smarter than almost everyone around him. Most people believe that memorization is the foundation of intelligence. Schools reward it, exams demand it. Society equates remembering facts with being smart. But Avicenna, one of the greatest minds in human history, rejected memorization as a primary method of learning. And paradoxically, this is exactly what made him smarter than almost everyone around him. Avicenna believed that memorization without understanding creates fragile knowledge. Information stored without structure collapses under pressure. It looks impressive on the surface, but disappears when challenged. For him, true intelligence was not the ability to recall facts, but the ability to reason through them. When Avicenna studied a text, he did not aim to remember every sentence. Instead, he searched for the underlying principles. He asked why an idea existed, how it connected to other ideas, and what assumptions supported it. If he could not explain a concept in his own words, he considered it unfinished, no matter how many times he had read it. This approach slowed him down at first. While others rushed through texts, Avicenna stayed behind, struggling with meaning. But over time, this struggle gave him an advantage. Knowledge built on understanding did not need repetition to survive. It became permanent. He often read a difficult book once, closed it, and reconstructed its ideas from memory, not word by word, but concept by concept. If gaps appeared, he returned to the source, not to memorize, but to clarify structure. This process turned learning into construction rather than storage. Avicenna also believed that memorization encourages intellectual laziness. When people rely on memory, they stop thinking. They repeat what they have learned instead of engaging with it. For him, repeating knowledge without reflection was dangerous. It created the illusion of understanding without its substance. Instead of memorizing answers, Avicenna trained himself to ask better questions. He focused on definitions, distinctions, and logical relationships. This made his mind flexible. He could approach new problems without needing familiar patterns because he understood the principles beneath them. Instead of memorizing answers, Avicenna trained himself to ask better questions. He focused on definitions, distinctions, and logical relationships. This made his mind flexible. He could approach new problems without needing familiar patterns because he understood the principles beneath them. This is why Avicenna could move seamlessly between disciplines. Medicine informed his philosophy. Philosophy sharpened his logic. Logic strengthened his scientific reasoning. Memorization creates silos. Understanding builds bridges. Avicenna also respected the limits of the brain. He knew that forcing memory leads to exhaustion. Instead of cramming, he studied in focused sessions, followed by reflection and rest. He allowed ideas to settle. Many of his insights emerged not during study, but afterward, when the mind had space to organize itself. Modern neuroscience confirms what Avicenna practiced intuitively. The brain learns best when it actively processes information, connects it to existing knowledge, and revisits it to reasoning rather than repetition. Memorization alone activates shallow memory. Understanding activates deep learning. Perhaps the most important aspect of Avicenna's method was intention. He did not seek knowledge for prestige or competition. He sought coherence and truth. This gave his learning direction. Without purpose, memorization becomes noise. With purpose, understanding becomes power. Today, we are surrounded by information. We memorize more than ever, yet understand less. Avicenna's approach challenges this pattern. He reminds us that intelligence is not about how much you can store, but how well you can think. To learn like Avicenna, you do not need to abandon memory entirely. You need to subordinate it. Memorization should serve understanding, not replace it. Facts should support reasoning, not substitute for it. Avicenna became timeless not because he remembered everything, but because he built a mind capable of navigating anything. His legacy is not a collection of facts, but a way of thinking that remains powerful centuries later. And that is why the man who refused to memorize became one of the greatest minds in history.